Alright guys, thank you for showing up to our first D&D session. As I said in session 0, this will take place in the Mojave Desert centered around New Vegas.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Right, so if y'all want to share your characters real quick, we can get started.
My character is simply known as the Courier. A human hunter ranger who can't remember most of his life. He knows he delivered packages around the desert, but the last thing he remembers is getting shot in the head by a guy named Benny. But somehow he did survive.
Damn, hell yeah. How about you, Chris?
My character's name is Cass. She's a human mastermind rogue who used to own a caravan company before it was destroyed by unknown assailants. Now, she's a heavy drinker and doesn't trust anybody.
Lots of trauma here, but I guess it is D&D. Anyways, Belle, how about you?
My character's name is Eddie. And they're a construct artillerist artificer that lived in Washington, D.C. before traveling across the country to the Mojave.
Badass. I love a backstory without trauma.
His creator, Dr. Whitley, was able to save him before he was destroyed with the rest of his siblings. He is currently the only known eyebot to have escaped the base. He misses his siblings a lot.
Right. Well, anyways, we begin our journey in the town of Goodsprings. It's a small mining town with just a handful of people populating it. You're inside the Prospector Saloon. Cass, you're waking up from an alcohol-induced nap. Eddie, you are chirping at a dog with a collar saying her name is Cheyenne. And Courier, you are walking into the building when you all overhear an argument between the bartender and a man in an old prison uniform.
We're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out.
The Courier wants to put his hands on his pistol and get ready for a fight.
Eddie literally couldn't care less. He's playing with the dog.
I will wait for the man to leave and ask the bartender what's going on.
She informs you that there's a man holed up in the local gas station named Ringo, and that he's on the run from the powder gangers.
I walk up to the courier and say,
Somebody's asking for a boot in their fuse box.
The Courier nods and gestures to the door.
Cass looks at Eddie and the dog and says,
Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
and gestures for Eddie to join them.
Eddie says, and slowly follows him out the door.
Sweet. You guys head up the hill and meet with Ringo. He asks you to help him fight back against the powder gangers, telling you that they're a gang of escaped convicts from the prison up the road. Do you agree?
The Courier nods, flexing his biceps through his long coat.
Hell yeah. But can I go around and ask the rest of the townspeople if they can help?
Yeah, roll me a persuasion check.
8.
Okay, cool. So, you managed to get a few people to join up or offer supplies. The town doctor gives you 3 health potions. You convince a woman named Sunny, her dog, and the barkeep to join the fight.
Aw, that's it?
The general goods owner is a shit-eating capitalist, and the man outside of the bar doesn't trust you with explosives.
Eddie looks at the courier and says,
The Courier points at Eddie in agreement.
What do you mean? There are worse ways a man can die than instant explosive death, Eddie?
Eddie's just gonna move out of the gas station.
The Courier follows.
What? We're just ignoring that? Okay, whatever. I'll follow them.
As you all walk towards the entrance of the town, you see a group of 6 powder gangers approaching. The air is still, the town is silent. It seems like even the clouds have stopped moving in anticipation for this fight. As you all line up on the road across from each other, fingers on triggers, teeth grit, a tumbleweed bounces on by. Suddenly, you hear the sound of a clock chiming high noon. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Shit. 9.
The Courier rolled 15.
Nat 20.
The
Hey,
Courier's
nice.
excited.
Eddie, you're first.
I'm going to fly up to the nearest powder ganger and try to shoot them with my laser.
Hell yeah, roll to hit.
Natural 20.
Good God. Okay, we do crunchy crits, so roll your damage die and add the max amount of damage you can to it at the end.
15 fire damage.
Yeesh. Right, you all watch as this cute little eyebot flies up to a powder ganger and basically barrel stuffs him with his laser, firing and turning him to ash.
Fucking A.
Courier, go crazy.
Sweet. So the Courier will walk up and Hunter's Mark one of the powder gangers. Using his VAT system and his Pip-Boy, he's going to attempt to shoot him.
Yeah, roll it.
13?
13 hits, roll your damage.
7 piercing.
You all see the Courier, silent as ever, walks into the road and raises his arm. As he fires, it seems as though his arm jolts in the correct direction to hit the powder ganger in the forehead, taking him down instantly. Cass, it's your move.
My character sheet says I get to start with dynamite.
What?
Yeah, it says I get it with my caravan background. It says, dynamite meant to clear any debris out of the road should it impede my caravan's movement.
Fuck, yeah, you're right. You wanna...
I throw it at the power gangers, 20-foot circle, all roll deck saves.
They all fail.
22 piercing damage.
Congratulations, guys. In one round, you all managed to absolutely demolish the powder gangers. As you collect yourselves, Ringo comes up to you and says,
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
I tell him you're welcome and turn towards the other two.
We fist bump
Fist bump?
each other.
Right, so what do we do now?
The courier points to the bullet hole in his skull and mimics a guy in a suit pointing to the road out of town.
You want to track down a man in a suit who shot you in the head?
The courier nods enthusiastically, giving a thumbs up.
Eddie says,
That's a good point, Eddie. How do we know where he went?
The courier pulls out the Vicky and Van's casino card out of his pocket that he left at his gravesite.
It's gonna be difficult tracking this guy down, but that is a start.
Eddie gets excited and says,
The courier desperately shakes his head no.
We absolutely cannot do that, and I'm pretty sure it's a war crime. Where did you even learn about that?
Eddie gives a disappointing and begins moving down the road.
Right, you all begin traveling out of town. Shortly, you get to a fork in the road.
Is there a spoon, too?
Shut the fuck up. You get to a fork in the road with a sign that says Quarry Junction, not safe. Head right if you value your life.
Isn't Quarry Junction like a direct path to Vegas?
Yeah, it is. I think we can take it, right?
Eddie gets excited and starts flying around, ready for some action.
Fuck it, we ball. Left it is.
Holy fuck, what the hell were those things?
Why the fuck is it called a death claw?
I think that was pretty self-explanatory.
From now on, we listen to every single sign we see.
Agreed.
Okay, you all continue down the road before approaching the town of Primm. As you walk up, you're stopped by a soldier in tan armor. He says,
Where the hell do you think you're going? Primm is off limits.
Can I shoot him?
Nah, he's NCR. He's a good guy. Maybe we can go in and ask if anyone knows anything about Benny?
The courier will gesture to him that we want to ask him about a man in a suit that has traveled through here.
he gives you a look and says, sorry, no entry. It's an active hostage situation in here.
Eddie looks right at him and says,
Yeah, roll me a deception.
Nat 20.
Ooh, nice.
Right. He looks at you, Eddie, and says, Shit, I didn't recognize you. Please come in, President Aaron Kimball, leader of the NCR and the most important man in the western United States.
Eddie will raise his face to the soldier all snooty and move in.
Holy shit. I didn't realize you're Aaron Kimball, sir.
The courier gestures to explain that Eddie was lying and that he is really just a robot.
Eddie gives you a mad head swivel after you ruin the joke.
Anyways, can I check for traps as we enter the town?
Yeah, good call. Roll me a perception.
Natural 1.
Damn. Yeah, you don't find anything at all.
Okay, well, since there are no traps here, the courier is going to start heading in.
I am so sorry for what's about to happen.
I'm sorry it was a natural 1. I can't control my dice.
3 mines? 3 fucking mines? Swiss cheese looked at the courier and said, damn lucky I'm not him.
Should've looked harder.
How is this my fault? You could have assisted.
Guys, it's okay. He used a healing potion. He's back to relative normality now. You guys enter the Vicky and Vance casino and ask around. Eventually, you find a guy named Johnson Nash who says he saw the man in a checkered suit heading for Nipton. He then asks if you want to help him restore law to the town.
You paying?
He gonna let the courier gamble?
You gonna let us kill some people?
Yes to all of those questions, you degens. You make your way to the Bison Steve Hotel in hopes of finding the town's deputy that got taken hostage there.
Can the courier roll stealth to try and secretly escort him out?
Yeah, all three of you go ahead and roll me stealth checks.
Eddie doesn't like stealth, but he rolled a nat 20.
Are you sure that's not a weighted die?
I'm literally rolling on D&D Beyond.
Fucker.
The courier rolled a 14.
I rolled a 23. Rogue.
Right, put together, you three begin moving down the halls of the hotel, silently slipping past the guards. The halls are dark and cramped, but you eventually make it to a locked hallway door.
Lockpick.
Roll.
45.
Not possible.
Look! I get a +6 to sleight of hand.
What the hell? Right. The door swings open like it was never locked to begin with. You all move down the hall and open a door to find a small kitchen off the side of a large room. To the left of the room is who you can assume to be Deputy Beagle, gagged and bound.
Eddie says, it moves up and down.
Very kinky, Eddie.
The courier moves up to untie him.
You untie the deputy and he seems a little put off by your presence.
Can I roll insight to see if anything is off?
Yeah, go for it.
Natural 20.
Yeah, his eyes are darting between you three and the door. He wants to run.
No, you fucking don't. I want to shoot him.
I won't even have you roll.
Natural 20.
God damn it!
Eddie, what are you doing?
Eddie says,
The Courier once again reiterates that Eddie is not the president of the new California Republic, and we do not have to follow his orders despite what he says.
Why are you trying to ruin my disguise, bro?
Eddie, you fire into Deputy Beagle, leaving a burned hole cutting through his chest. As you all begin bickering, you hear a short cough behind you. Turning around, you see 3 men, one holding an incinerator, staring daggers into you.
Run?
Run?
Run.
You all begin running out of the hotel, passing each guard you stealthed by earlier, and bust out the front doors. They do not seem to follow you.
That was close.
No shit, dude.
They all could have burned.
What do we do now?
I guess we head for Nipton?
I hope we get to burn something there.
If all goes according to plan, not a single fire will be lit in that town.
Alright, so clap on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Was I supposed to clap?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We can
When you
never
say
get
clap,
the
do you mean-
sync.
Okay.
Well, Discord has a delay.
Yeah, that's why we
Yes.
clap sync. Because if we
Yeah,
clap sync, then when you're recording your own audio, I can overlay the claps and it will get rid of the desync.
Are you restarting him?
Yeah.
Nods, flexing his biceps through his long coat. real quick. Does the Courier only refer to himself as the Courier?
Yes.
Because there was an eye up there.
The
Oh,
courier
I
nods.
guess it's not like
Okay.
the boulder. Like it's just basically you being like the Courier or I.
I'm fine with going in on this bit. I just want to re-record the gun line.
I like you referring to the Courier as the boulder.
The Courier.
Small blind child.
We're redoing
Where?
all that. You got that, Annie?
Do you want to do?
You don't
the
have to
boulder
air
voice?
it. You don't have to. I don't want. Do I do the Courier?
The
wants to put
Courier.
his-
I really
Alright.
like the idea of the Courier having the boulder's voice now.
I can't do the Boulder's voice.
No, that
I
was
can't do
perfect. The way you just did it, like the Courier.
Only for the. Well, that's more of the intonation. I can do the intonation.
Yeah, if you
But-
want to do
Come on,
the
come on, come on.
intonation, are you guys down to
Now, do
restart
you want it
and
for-
do that?
Only.
You want to just restart? Like, completely?
Kinda, yeah,
Sure.
so we can redo
Sure.
the
Okay.
I'm so glad I'm doing this to your script.
Oh,
I'm just
that's great.
ad-libbing all the time.
I have a question.
Yeah.
There
What's
is a
your
line
question?
that you have where it's after Cass fails a perception check to check for traps, and you get hit with 3 mines. Your line is 3 mines, 3
Hold
fucking
on.
mines. Swiss cheese
I've got
looked
mail.
at me and said, "Damn, lucky I'm not him." Do you want me to change that to 3 mines, 3 fucking mines? Swiss cheese looked at the boulder.
Hold up. Where am I looking at?
It is page 7.
Yes.
Looked at the boulder.
I still think it would be funny to go 3 mines, 3 fucking mines. Swiss cheese looked at the boulder.
I love. It's been 15 minutes and we have not done anything.
We've
That's-
changed
that's
the
on
script.
Some of the lines I have a hard time reading because I'm like, this isn't even...
See, 'cause
Except for the yelling lines.
the way I wrote it out was like, honestly, they're pretty basic characters in game. Eddie just chirps happily or sadly, and everybody loves him because he's like a little dog. Cass is like this alcoholic, and she likes the NCR. That's her whole thing. The Courier is whatever you make him. So when I was writing it out, I'm like, I want the Courier not talk.
To be the boulder.
I want the Courier to not talk, and his whole thing is that he gestures, and he's like, he has his head on a swivel, like he's smart. Cass is like the voice, you know, since she's literally the only one who can talk. And then Eddie is like this cute little guy that's actually like a maniacal freak of nature, like war criminal-esque vibes, and you just would never expect it from the guy. I hope people watch to the end of this and see the bloopers so they can see you weren't originally going to be the boulder. Holy frickin' heck, what the friggity frack were those things?
Why?
Yes,
Is that
be
a
extra,
Courier
be
reference?
It's also
extra.
a Colin moment.
Or do you want it to be Courier?
This is a Colin moment. This is out of this.
This is so
The Courier can't talk.
The Courier once again reiterates that Eddie is not the president of the new California Republic, and we do not have to follow his orders despite what he said.
Why are you trying to ruin my disguise, bro?
It's just I mean, you could kind of keep that because the absurdity of that statement is. I can redo it if you want.
Redo it, but if you laugh,
that's
it's
what got.
okay because I like it. It's so absurd.
What do we do now?
I guess we head for Nipton.
I hope we get to burn something there.
If all goes according to plan, not a single fire will be lit in that town. Yes.
Okay, is that a cut?
Cut.
Cut my
Oh
life.
my god.
It's funny
Into
because Nipton
this.
is actively being torched and all of the people are being executed and crucified there at the moment. It's awesome. It's irony.